Chances are, if you found this video, you're suffering and you're suffering quite a bit. You love your partner, you know they're an amazing person, but they keep exhibiting these toxic traits or they have these dysfunctional behaviors that keep showing up in your relationship. And you are on the healing journey yourself. You're reading books, you're meditating, you're likely journaling, maybe you're going to seminars, maybe you've hired a coach or a therapist, and you're really trying to work on your inner world. And with that, you've received a sense of self-worth, but you've also receiving the emotional freedom that comes with that. And you've turned yourself into a cleaner, healthier version of you, yet you're dealing with that. And it's driving you nuts. And you think to yourself, gosh, if this person would just get on the healing journey, if they would just be interested in personal growth and transformation, I know everything would be different. And the truth is, you're probably right. Everything would be different, but your person's not interested in it. And you don't know what to do because you've asked, you've pushed, you've cajoled, you maybe even manipulated, you've even had a tantrum or yelled and screamed or cried or did something in hopes that they were going to get it. And they haven't. So in this video today, I'm going to approach this topic because I want you to understand the full depth of what is going on behind the scenes with them and what it is that you can do that may promote them to want to get on the healing journey. If you're new here, my name is Kristen Brown. I'm an author, intuitive healer, coach, and mentor, and also a live speaker over on the Noom Vibe app. I give a live talk 60 to 90 minutes long based on all the topics that have to do with personal empowerment and healthy relationships. And you can find me over there at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time right now during daylight savings time. And what's incredible about the Noom Vibe app is that you can actually come on the stage and join me to ask your questions or to share your experiences or to impart some wisdom to the listeners. It is the most wonderfully connected community. It's all positive, all healing, and I really hope to see you over there. So let's dive into this topic because this is a big one. And I'm feeling a lot of feels about this topic because I have been through it myself, and revisiting this feeling is like, oh, I know how frustrating this is. And I'm going to start right off the top, getting straight to the scoop here. And the number one thing that you must understand is we can't make anybody else change. The only person that we ever have control over is us. That's it, ever. So with that being said, why is it that these people don't want to change? I mean, for me, I was one of those people that was so interested in healing and growing and shifting and understanding the mind and wanting to show up as my best self. I was flabbergasted when my partners didn't want to do that. I was like, doesn't everybody? Well, what was happening is that I was projecting myself onto them. I was believing that everybody was like me, and that's just not true. Here's the deal. This might be interesting to you. This might be something that you want to explore and that you're excited about, but that doesn't mean that they are, because we all have our different values, and their value could be something completely different. And they may not have even entered this world at all, so they have no idea that there's a possibility that they could heal because they don't even know they're wounded in the first place. Now, what is our wounding? Wounding is the traumas and dramas and experiences that happened in our past that show up in our present as belief systems and dysfunctional behaviors. And oftentimes things that protected us and got us through our youth and those difficult experiences, they worked for us then, but they don't work for us in our adulthood. It's mind-blowing, I know. It's one of the paradoxes of this whole journey. They don't work for us anymore. And because that person has been so practiced in doing those same things over and over again, they don't think there's anything wrong with them. And oftentimes they think the problem is you. They think the problem is me because we're showing up with healthy talk and what we've learned. And we're just like, hey, if you would just go to those seminars with me or read this book or watch this video with me, we could have these amazing conversations. And either they're not interested at all, or they do it obligingly and they just sit there and have nothing to say about it, or they even fall asleep and you feel like you're dead in the water. You feel like this relationship's never going to heal, like it's never going to fix it, it's never going to go anywhere. And the truth is, if it stays the way it is right now, you're right. It won't. Because unless two people want to show up as healing individuals, as personal growth people who want to learn about themselves, who are interested in self-reflection and ownership so that they can heal those dysfunctional behaviors inside of them, then you're going nowhere. It's going to stay exactly where it is. And this cycle is going to continue over and over and over again for months, for years, perhaps even decades. So I didn't want that for myself. And I needed to figure out, how do I work this? How do I figure this out? Where's my power? Where's not my power? Like I said, we have no power over other people changing. We can't convince them. We can't manipulate them into it. And oftentimes when we give the ultimatums, they don't work because
This is the most important part.
our brains are a set of conditioned behaviors and patterns, and people will continue to do the same things over and over again unless they have a damn good reason not to. Because the brain likes to stay with what's familiar, it likes to be in the known. And to think, oh, there's this other way that I could be, or if I enter over there, I'm going to change when they're so comfortable with who they are right now. That can be really scary for a lot of people. I know that's mind blowing, especially if you're someone who has done the healing work and you see how much freedom's on the other side of this. You see how much joy is on the other side of this. You're like, why doesn't everybody want this? Some people just simply don't. They're stuck. And sometimes they don't even know that they're stuck. So here's the deal. When we're with people like this, and we're the ones that are suffering because we're trying to show up as our whole self. We're showing up authentic. We're being vulnerable. We're taking responsibility. We're giving. We're being kind. We're doing all the things. We're checking all the boxes of a healthy relationship, but he's not or she's not. What do we do? So here's what I have for you. It's a really simple answer. May not be as easy to implement or put into place, but we have to start setting boundaries and be very, very firm with those boundaries. Because if we're still giving the person the whole of us, the whole, like the entirety of us, they're still getting the entirety of us, they have zero reason to change. They have zero reason to look at themselves. They have zero reason to take responsibility because why? They still keep getting us the way that we've always been. I was a person who would speak up in my relationships in my younger years and say, this is what I need. I would talk about my stuff. I'd be very kind and assertive about it for the most part until it got too frustrating. And then I would end up raising my voice or crying or freaking out over things. But here's what happened is that I thought speaking it was just enough. I thought if I just tell them how I feel that they're going to get it because that works with me. If someone speaks something to me, I get it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that wasn't cool with me. I'll adjust that. I'll change that. But it wasn't happening. And because I spoke it, I would just go back to being happy, which means I'd go back to giving this person the entirety of me. I was still the same joyful, loving, affectionate person that they always got. So there's no motive to change because they're still getting their needs met. But here I am sinking, getting smaller, getting more depressed, getting more resentful, just feeling negative and awful. And they're over there living the high life because they're still getting all of me. So I learned something. When I set a boundary with them, when I made a request of them to change their behavior, if they did not do it, then I removed myself energetically. No longer were they allowed access to the entirety of me. I would give what I needed to give. I would have conversations that I needed to have, especially if we were married or in some type of long-term relationship where things were commingled. I would have the conversations, but there was, for lack of a better word, there was kind of a coldness, a stillness within me when it came to them because I had to remove myself from them emotionally. I had to take a step back. Now, here's the best part. Sometimes this is going to promote your person to see what they're doing. They're going to say, okay, I noticed that there's a pattern here. That when I act like this, or they make a request, or we have a conversation and I don't follow through, I'm not interested in self growth. I'm not interested in changing myself, upgrading myself, up leveling myself, evolving myself. These are all positive things. When I'm not interested in that, when I don't meet them at their needs, when I'm not listening to understand, when I don't meet them with empathy, and the list goes on, then they pull away from me. Now, sometimes they're going to come at you and it's going to be kind of like,
oh, now I'm getting the silent treatment, or you're ignoring me now.
they're going to try to make it about you because, again, they're kicking and screaming to stay the same. They want to stay the same. Their inner world is like, don't change, don't change. It's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. And they're going to keep blaming you. I don't know about you, but I've been sucked into that. I can't tell you how many times until I stopped being sucked into it. And I realized, you know what? This person has all the faculties and all the capabilities and a soul and a higher self and a brain and logic. They know what I'm talking about. I don't need to keep explaining myself to them anymore. So every time it came to this situation, I would just pull myself back. I would pull my energy out. Again, I wasn't being mean. I wasn't being aggressive. I wasn't being nasty. I wasn't being anything. I was just distancing myself because this was not a safe place for me to be emotionally. And this is what happens. The person will either go, light bulb, this is what happens. I don't like this. I want him or her in my life more. Or they're going to keep doing the same thing. Either because their shame, their unhealed shame inside is either so great that they don't want to look at themselves, they don't want to look at their behavior because it's going to make them feel more shame. I often say that our hidden shame stops us from healing shame because we don't want to look at ourselves because of that shame inside. So to admit, oh my God, I'm flawed, there's something that I'm doing wrong, can be too painful to someone. However, if they see that they don't get the entirety of you and they start to miss that and they start to want that, and perhaps, hopefully, you have a healthy conversation that says, well, here's what happens. I just don't have those loving feelings towards you. I don't feel affectionate towards you when you treat me that way. And I've asked you not to, but you keep doing the same thing. So I need to take care of myself and not put myself in that situation with you. Sometimes they're going to get it. They're going to get it, but they can't get it if we keep doing the same thing. So here's the thesis statement of this entire conversation. The only person you can change is yourself. The only person you can change is yourself. You can't change them. You can't make them want it. You can't make them grow. You can't make them attend the seminars or read the books. You can only change and adjust yourself. And if you don't like the way the relationship is going, you don't like the sum of the equation that you two have created together, there's only one person you have power over, and that's you. That's you. So by adjusting yourself in some way, just maybe, your partner will have that light bulb moment. They'll start coming into reality. They'll be willing to self-reflect. They'll be willing to take ownership. And that's when healing starts. If any questions have arisen for you during this video, or you just want to share something that you learned, I really invite you to pop into comments below. I love to read your comments because I'm all about community, and that's the way that we start communing. That's the way that we start to get to know each other. So leave your comment below. I do my very best to respond to each and every one of them. Also, you know the gig. Give me a big thumbs up, give me a like, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time. But in the meantime, remember, you matter. You are a powerful being, and you have everything it takes to manifest the life and relationships of your dreams.